So it is time to finally review the Redmi Note 10 5G. So this phone is touted as one of the lowest priced 5G smartphone in the market right now, but I do think that there is more to that in terms of what you're paying for. So in today's video, let's talk about it. So we'll start off by talking about the design of the Redmi Note 10 5G, because I think out of all the many different phones inside the Redmi Note 10 family of devices, this one looks the best. It's a matte finish and yeah, it just looks and feels good in the hand, even though it's a pretty minor touch, but it does make a really big difference. But for whatever reason though, Xiaomi included a TPU case with little flappy thing at the bottom there to cover up the USB Type-C port, which reminds me heavily of the Mi A2 from many years ago, which also had the same case with a flappy thing at the bottom. I hated the case so much that I used my fingernail clipper to clip it off right away. And if I'm ever going to buy the Redmi Note 10 5G for my own use, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna cut off that little flap. It's annoying, and this phone doesn't have wireless charging, so why are you covering it up? And now for the screen. The Redmi Note 10 5G comes with a 6.5-inch IPS LCD screen with 2400 by 1080 pixels in resolution, which is very typical, and it can also go up to 90Hz refresh rate, and it also supports adaptive sync as well, down to I think it's 30Hz, so it will further save you some battery if you're viewing static elements on your screen. One thing that I realized is that the screen colors of the Redmi Note 10 5G is extremely flat. Now, I've been reviewing phones for many years right now, and I've also come across many other different phones with IPS LCD screens, and yet the Redmi Note 10 5G is, I think, the flattest in terms of color that I've seen so far. I don't know what's happening. I also set it up to vivid color profile, and yet it still looks very flat. And maybe in a future software update they can fix it, I hope. And then the performance. The Redmi Note 10 5G comes with the MediaTek Dimensity 700 chipset, and you can also check out our gaming video regarding this phone at the top right corner there as well. And I would say this phone is definitely not promoted as a gaming phone. It is not even made to be a gaming phone, but its performance in terms of day-to-day use, I would say it's okay. I do realize some stutters here and there, but that's about it. It's manageable, I would say. As for its 5000 mAh battery, I would say it lasts for a very long time because of its rather power efficient chipset and also adaptive sync for its screen. And yeah, this battery can last you throughout like more than a day's use, nearly 2 days in just one single charge, assuming that you don't really play that much games on this phone. And also, this phone comes with a 22.5 watt charger inside the box, but this phone only supports 18 watts max. Overall charging time from 15 to 100%, it takes about 2 hours time, which I think is a fair trade since this battery literally lasts for 2 whole days of usage. And this phone also comes with a triple camera setup, but I think only the main camera is usable. Just ignore the other two. The pictures coming out of this phone is decent enough, I would say, and here are some samples that I took before the lockdown happened. And just to quickly mention MIUI 12, I'm not gonna talk much about it. You can check out a review of the Mi 11 and also the Mi 11 Ultra at the top right corner there. And if you ever get the update to MIUI 12.5, just keep in mind that MIUI 12 and MIUI 12.5 isn't that much different. The bugs are still there. It's just technically MIUI 12.5 gets some aesthetics change. That's it. Nothing is fixed. And all in all, the Redmi Note 10 5G is priced at 799 ringgit. In my opinion, I think that you are sacrificing quite a lot just for the sake of 5G, which is still unusable here in Malaysia for I don't know how long. Maybe a year, maybe 2 years. And do keep in mind that even though 5G might be available by the, let's just say, end of this year, it's still gonna take some time for its coverage to be feasible to switch from 4G to 5G, and also need even more time for 5G to be affordable for us to use. And by the time 5G has decent coverage and it is also affordable, I think a lot more mid-range 5G phones will already be in the market that is better than the Redmi Note 10 5G and perhaps even better in terms of pricing as well. But then again, if you get the Redmi Note 10 5G right now, maybe you can upgrade to yet another 5G phone in the future when 5G finally arrives, and then you can just give this phone to your parents or something like that. Then they can also enjoy 5G without buying yet another phone just to experience 5G. But I do think that at this price point, you should be looking at 4G phones first if you value specs, performance, cameras. And yeah, that's all we have to share with you about the Redmi Note 10 5G. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.